Hey, this is Mary from Camaj Fiber Arts, and I had someone ask me, how does the Brother Supercard work on fine fibers, fine grade fibers particularly? So fine grade fibers are anywhere from 14 to 22 microns. So I said I have a Cormo at home and I'll try it. So I scoured some Cormo, which is a very nice fine fiber, and we'll see how it does in the Brother Supercard. Now, what's really special about this carder, it has a very fine cloth which helps blend really, really well, and then it has two drums in the front that help feed it in and open the fibers up, and this carder really does a fantastic job. So if you're a production bat maker or you want something that's next in line to a commercial carder, this is the perfect home carder for you. So one of the things about fine grade fibers is you cannot run these through a picker because it will tear apart the fiber. Not that this fiber is weak, it's just that the micron size is so small and there's so much force that goes through the picker, it will tear these fine fibers apart. But here's the dilemma. We need to be able to open up these fibers to put through the carder. So we're going to just do it by hand. So you just have to open them up, get those locks open, and then we will put it through the carder. This has a little bit of vegetable matter in it, so as you're opening it up, give it a good shake and some of that will come out. Not all of it, but some of it will. You can also pick out the bigger pieces by hand. And just know that when you put fiber through a carder that has a lot of vegetable matter in it, it's just going to grind it in even more. So the best thing I do is I get all the lanolin out and then I give it a shake, because that's what holds on to the dirt, is all that lanolin. So do the best you can, and then we'll get to carding and see what happens to this fine grade Cormo. Okay, so the carder's up and running, and let's move this camera a little bit so you can see. Well, let me show you something first. This has a couple speeds, which makes these two drums go faster, so you can make it go slower or faster. But that big drum at the top is just a one speed only. So it's these little. So watch those little things, how fast they go. The two small drums. And I'm going to turn it down to go slower. So I'm going to turn it down pretty slow for these fine fibers. I honestly don't know if this is going to work well. So I've got this all opened up well. I'm putting in really thin sections of fiber. Now with an electric carder, you make sure and steer clear. Don't have anything next to the carder that can get pulled into this thing here, this little, it's not a chain, but it's like a rubber pulley. Keep your kids away, don't multitask, you know, that kind of stuff, so stay safe. But this is really nice. And if you haven't worked with electric, oh my gosh, you will be so spoiled, because you can use both hands, you don't have to crank it, your shoulders don't get tired. And if you have a bad shoulder, but you want to keep doing this, I'll guarantee that if you use a crank, your shoulder's going to get worse. But with this, heck no. Okay, I'm trying to pull out some of the vegetable matter as I go, and I'm still picking it open. Can you see? I'm still picking it open and putting it down in thin layers. Yeah, this Brother Supercard it's like a dream home carder. It is amazing. I'm going to show you some pictures. I'll post them at the end. Some pictures of 4 different fibers I blended, and I put it through twice. I mean, you should see how good it blends. It's incredible, incredible. Oh, and this is the replica of the Patrick Green carder, the triple drum carder. Brother bought out Patrick Green. He passed away sadly, and took over his legacy, and 95% of the parts are actual Patrick Green parts. So we are so happy that they were able to continue Patrick's hard work and dedication to the fiber industry. Oh, and then I'll show you a couple ways to clean the carder as well. So there's a little bit of vegetable matter. I'm just going to pull it out. All right, so once this is full, I'll come back and we'll pull it off and run it through again. That is done carding. So I'm going to find that little trough just like any other carder, and I'm going to pull off that bat. It actually comes with a bunch of tools. This is not the thing that you get to pull off a bat. This is from the Strouch, and I didn't have my other one, so it's going to have to be used. So you want to just stay on that metal piece there, and then when I pull it off, I always keep my hands close to the drum. Or they also have a little tool to pull it off with. Again, I don't have it with me. I was not prepared. Not very prepared today. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, so there is, let's take a look at one pass. That is just one pass on the Brother. And if you hold it up to the light, I can see a little bit of neps, but not a ton. I mean, that's one, look at this, one pass of hand prepped fiber. That's insane. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to put this through one more time, and then we'll hold it up to the light and see if there's any neps or anything else. Okay, so to put it through a second time, I usually just strip my bats into maybe 4 pieces or whatever. And then turn on the machine and kind of take this piece and spread it out over the feed-in tray. And I can see a few neps now in this, and the more you card, you're not going to get rid of these neps. I'll guarantee you. That's not how that works. So, and the neps can be from a few things. It could be from little second cuts hiding in the base of the fiber, and I go over that on how to get rid of those in a video called Where the Neps Hide. It could be because this fine fiber is breaking. I don't think this was a lamb, so the tips are not breaking. I tested the strength of the fiber. It was very strong. And if you don't mind, a little bit of neps for the sake of being able to card a fine fiber, you go for it, because it's really just what you want to do and what you want to deal with and all that stuff. And so when I scoured this fiber, I did it in a big sink. I just kind of dumped it in. But if you wanted to flick the base of the locks to make sure that you don't have second cuts in it, you could do that. But I would scour it lock in the tool. I would scour it using the tool method to keep it all in one direction, so you could find the base of it and scour it or flick it out. So it's just really hard to say, since I didn't do it that way, what these second cuts are coming from. But since I've done this enough, because I wrote the book, The Art of Washing Wool, Mohair, and Alpaca, and I did a lot of research, and I carded a lot of fine fiber on different carders, and it all turned out the same. You're going to get neps. But anyway, we'll show you that. Okay, so let me finish this, and I will come back and talk to you. Okay, so the bat is done. So let me just say something real quick. So some people will say, I can card fine fiber and I don't get neps. But what you have to remember is, what is the micron size of the fiber being carded? So fine fibers go from 14 microns to 22 microns. If you have a 22 micron fiber it will probably card fine and not get neps. But if you have something like a fine Cormo that may be, I don't know, 17, 18, 19, that may be the level where you start to form neps. So you just kind of have to try things, play it by ear, figure things out. Okay, I'm gonna come back. Oh my God. This is like a cloud, twice, like a cloud. Okay, I'm gonna come back so we can see if there's any neps in this. If I kind of pull this apart, can you kind of see some of the neps, maybe a little bit? Not terrible, but this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Let's see if you could see anything there. Not bad. I mean, there's a few, but not terrible. But you will get neps with fine fiber if you card it, but not horribly. But again, just remember, it's based on, do you have second cuts? Does your fiber break? There's so much involved in knowing if things are going to nep up or not. The art of washing wool, mohair, and alpaca, and it goes through all that stuff, how to check for breaks, what fiber is good for what, how to prep it, and there you go. Not bad. That is really, really, really quite beautiful. I'm a dealer of these carders. You can email me at info@camajfiberarts.com and ask me about payment. Shipping is free always, and you get that really cool diz that they're selling separately now. It's beautiful, and a bunch of other tools. All right. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and check out my website at www.camajfiberarts.com, and I have other carding classes online for sale that will show you how to card amazing gradients. And I have a new class coming out, carding the color wheel on a drum carder, and you will have so much fun. All right, thanks a lot.